Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the FMC. We are in our second day of playoffs, and tonight we are featuring the free agents versus the 34th. I'm going to be your mainstream host and caster, Yubi, joined here by George
Hello.
George
This is
Bushmid. Oh,
George Bush mid.
I had
Maybe one day you'll get it.
I had to recheck your names just to make sure.
Yeah.
But hello, welcome to the booth.
Thank you.
You made a valiant effort last night in your match against the free agents, and now you get to watch them play against the team you guys otherwise would have went up against. How do you feel?
Well, I'm very glad that I got to 1v1 Preston is white in the top lane once again. The time before that I totally inted, so I got to make up for those past few games. But I feel very sorry for them moving forward because I do not want to play against the Ducks. These guys are the number one seed. And we'll see if the games are as close as they were last night. Last night was a lot of fun. They were super close.
Yeah, last night was
Um,
crazy with the back and forths. It was
they
actually
were,
wild to
yeah.
watch. It's a great fun watch. But heading into the draft right now, um, the free agents have so far banned the Zyra and the Pantheon, whilst the 34th have already removed the Lux. Trying to the Pantheon is honestly an extremely strange ban that I did not expect. I
Yep,
don't
I agree.
I don't know who on the 34th has been spamming Pantheon, but it can't be worth that much attention, right? They even removed the
Yeah,
Mordekaiser as well. Huh.
yeah. I mean, so the Lux is obviously Lunch Lady is a big Lux player. We found that out last night in researching, and so Rohan would know that he subbed for us last night. And then Zyra is really big for blue stun. Their bot lane does a Zyra Ashe often. Mordekaiser's probably just to take that away from Frostbreath. Maybe they have a top pick in mind. Now we see Wukong. Mental Reform has played Wukong in the jungle a couple times before,
Yeah,
and he's done well.
the Mordekaiser being banned is probably, I'm gonna guess, so that they could pick Yorick, and I think the 34th might have read that as well,
Oh,
because
yeah,
Mordekaiser is a hard counter to Yorick, forcing
that
him
would
to
be a
play.
great read.
Yeah.
Um, if he plays Yorick once more, it will be his third time in this competition playing Yorick. And then
How was the Yorick
Lulu.
last night, by the way? Have you
I
played against it?
thought the Yorick, it was a hard counter, but I just needed help from the team, and so our Yone stepped up and split pushed against him. And I think he was their only win con, but I mean we just prepared for it. Um, and I went into that game knowing that was going to be a very hard counter, and I think I made a couple mistakes, like giving up the tower and then giving up Rift Herald. But other than that, I think I was pretty pleased with my performance. It was super hard, not fun to play against, but I'm pretty tilt free, so I just took out my anger on the bot lane with like triple kills. Anyways, Xin Zhao, very OP champ right now. Rohan has played Xin Zhao several times. Lulu is going to be Blue Stun's pick anytime Zyra's not available. Both Lulu and Zyra very strong right now. Jin Seraphine, we saw both of these guys play Jin, and we saw both of these picks last night. Not together, but
Yeah, I'm
separately.
surprised they're not bringing the Borgano with that Jin, because that was super effective. I'm not
It
too sure
was.
about the Seraphine Jin, though, on the other hand. That might be a
Hmm.
little bit more awkward to pull off. So, um,
Yeah, yeah, we'll see.
they are bringing
Yeah,
back the
I just
Heimerdinger from Bandle City Bandit, but that also means
right,
there won't be a Heimer later into the game. So, due to the
right.
fearless format.
Yeah, they are taking out some of their strongest picks right now. Heimerdinger, Zenzel, Lulu.
Yeah. Rohan does
Um,
have a few strong picks, though, other than Shinzao. He's shown a
yeah,
very
he
good
does.
proficiency in multiple different junglers. But Bandle, I think, definitely specializes very much with the Heimer. It's going to be a bit hard to imagine what he's gonna play other than that that'll perform well. But
Yeah.
see what happens.
Looks like they're trying to nab this first game as a dub because with his Heimer gone, next game he's going to play Talon or Z-Wrath. And if one of those is banned and they, let one of them through, then that third game, it's only going to be that last champion. If that last champion is banned, then he will be out of things to play. Just generally, because he is kind of a bannable mid lane thus far. I haven't seen what he's practiced recently, but throughout this whole season, he's only really stuck to those 3 champions. And then I think maybe Syndra, like he has a couple games on Syndra, or there's another mage he has like a couple games on. But yeah, Mundo ban, yeah, get that thing out of here. We already have the ADC picked. Jhin isn't the worst ADC into Mundo, but Wukong's probably a little tough into Mundo, so get that thing out of this game. Frostbreath's Mundo's been devastating. The Victor ban. Victor's always a high damage, hard to lose lane with mage.
Definitely very effective against the Heimerdinger if you want to have a safe laning phase, as the E definitely outranges his turrets for the most part.
Yep. But it's Heimerdinger's gonna get prio on that Victor. I played Victor into this Heimerdinger and it was not fun for me. Maybe that's just like a skill diff, but I'm surprised they didn't let that through actually.
They probably wanted to be eliminated like early, so get the Heimer out the way. Didn't want to mess with the Victor matchup. I don't remember if Protherius has had any performances on Victor. But I would also agree that like it would be an effective, like just safe farm champ. There wouldn't be any prio, but they would be able to scale. The Victor scaling will still always be there. Yeah.
So this is a very like far back team. Like Xin Zhao is obviously in an engage, but yeah, I'm curious what their top lane is going to be.
Here comes the Set coming out for the top lane matchup. I'm surprised they banned Mundo if they were going to pick Set, because Mundo with a Blade of the Ruined King easily destroys. Set with the Blade of the Ruined King easily destroys Mundo's HP. And on top of that, because Mundo is an HP stacking champion, anytime Set would ulti him, anyone who's in the landing zone, which would probably be Heimer Ashe in this case, is going to take the massive brunt of damage because it does more damage based on the target's bonus max HP, which Mundo builds a lot of. So personally, I would love to see a Mundo matchup to the Set, and I'm surprised they banned it out.
Absolutely. And then the Malphite.
They come out with the Malphite pick?
This is a curious... Like, they're all good champions, but who are they going to put their gold on? I guess Ashe and Xin Zhao, right?
Ashe and Zhao, Heimer, they're all very effective. But the Malphite, on the other hand, is a little out there. It's all effective champion, don't get me wrong. Like, the ultimate, the Unstoppable Force is always going to be very, very good. But I can't see him doing much more, as the 34 doesn't exactly have enough dive to follow up in the middle of a team fight. I could see this working for like side lane picks though, for sure.
Yeah, maybe it's just like the ultimate bush cheese, right? Like a loaded up bush with Heimerdinger turrets, ready with the Lulu and Ashe CC, and then the Malphite ult right in. But again, how does Xin Zhao really play into like a bush camp, other than just being fed with a lot of damage? And then outside of that scenario, I think Xin Zhao, Ashe, Malphite can work really well together, but then how does Heimerdinger follow those guys downrange? I think they'll figure it out. It's not like the craziest comp, but just like playing into this Heimerdinger before, I've always felt like his turrets were never really downrange. The Set Malphite matchup, I'm sure that's going to be fun. But I did want to talk about this Malzahar pick. We tried to ban this Malzahar out every game or so. And so Rohan should be privy to Malzahar being a bannable champion. And into Heimerdinger, I like Malzahar, right? Like, no mana issues. He has that shield. His wave control is really good. And I I like the Socks and the Showers pick for these champs. Picks for this game. The 34th definitely have that's 5 really good champions for comp play. So yeah, this should be exciting.
Yeah. Looking at the champs between both teams, I find it very difficult to like see either side execute an intended plan, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna look a lot more like a ranked game more than anything.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but who knows? Because like the Malzahar single target CC just plays for lane prio, not really the most effective in the middle of the team fight, especially if there's a Malphite ready to ulti your butt from and can't
Yep.
be stopped. Xin Zhao easily able to disrupt team fights. If they ever try to engage with Wukong set, they can knock him away. But the opposite is true as well. If Xin Zhao ever starts engage, or if Malphite goes in, if Malphite doesn't hit the entire backline, that's a Seraphine encore ready to counter engage. A Wukong ulti already diving their backline if Xin Zhao and Malphite goes in. So
Yeah.
really wondering how they're going to work this.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this isn't an all armor. This isn't an all armor game for the Malphite either. With Malzahar able to do some serious damage to with dots, right? So perfect anti-tank champion. I think Malzahar's set might have been really good into Mundo actually. So and Jin as well. Jin into Mundo is great. So let's see what they do next game if the Mundo comes out.
I think the trauma was just too much, to be honest. From I don't know if they played against it before, but Callahan does regularly have pretty good performances with the Mundo. I wouldn't be surprised if they were just wanting to avoid that.
Yeah.
So we are going to be waiting for the spectator delay and for the teams to start their game. Do you have any final comments before we head on to intermission?
I think just got to look out for the bush cheese. Xin Zhao also does a lot of damage and has a lot of gank pressure in the early game. So I think any lead is going to come out of that Xin Zhao. Because like Ashe, Lulu, the kill pressure is there, but Jin's damage early is way better, and then Seraphine's poke is way better. Top lane, like if you're dying to a Malphite, like it's kind of a mistake, level 1, 2, and 3. And then Heimerdinger can get that lane pressure, but the only kill pressure is going to be from Xin Zhao ganks early, I think, or maybe a misplay. Whereas on the other side, Wukong has a lot of kill pressure as well in the jungle, those first few levels. So I expect maybe some Xin Zhao to earn some gold and then a 34th snowball after that with some really good team fights. Or nothing happens. Xin Zhao fails to get some gold and then everyone just kind of farms. And I think the Sox, we'll have a better chance that way. So just look out for the Xin Zhao early game, and then come mid game, late game, really look out for those death bushes.
For
and I
sure.
think, that's all I have to say at this moment.
Awesome. All right. I got nothing else on my end, so we will go on an intermission while we wait for spectator delay. Make sure to stay tuned, everyone. This is the I guess semifinals technically between the free agents and the 34th IS. This is game 1 of 3. Make sure to stay tuned, get some snacks, get some drinks, and we'll be right back. All right, and welcome back to game 1 of 3 between the free agents versus the 34th. Immediately starting off with an invade, Rohan face checking 3-man stun by Presses White with a 3-man route to follow up from the Seraphine. Presses White having to flash away as he is very low on HP. Rohan also playing around with his life there, but they do disengage and no first blood has been attained by either side.
Yeah, it looks like Xin Zhao flash, Lulu heal, Set flash, all burned. I'm surprised he was able to get that many turrets out. He got 3 turrets out. But yeah, that was
That was an
Crazy
explosive
5v4
start.
clash.
Yeah, I did not expect that kind of start, not gonna lie. That was a crazy way to start the game. The invade was very ambitious, I believe, but it almost worked. Maybe if
Yeah.
Malzahar was there to start, they might have been able to actually get Rohan there.
Yep, I know the Dragons always did a 5-man invade. That was their strategy. And I'm wondering if these teams had like a gentleman agreement, like meet up at Tribush, because of all places. And then here we go, fight and do some
Early
trading.
fighting. Ash has a really strong level 1, so I'm not too sure what the Asian is attempting to do here.
Well,
double root coming out from Seraphine is 3 damage. The Asian not
Lulu
getting
heal.
auto attacks off. He uses the cleanse right away. Flash comes out, forward shot. He does actually manage to finish off Praxidium, but Lulu gets a return kill, and that's going to be 3 kills already done in the bot lane.
Wow.
There was a lot of hesitation from both ADCs there. If one or the other stuck with it, it would have been much more of a clean play from both sides. Ash could have actually killed the Jhin if she didn't hesitate. And Jhin might have not died if he decided to fire all 4 shots instead of just canceling 2 of his autos.
Yeah, he could have flashed a little bit sooner there. But yeah, Ash level 1 is strong, but not whenever she has no barrier. She's running Ghost, and not when Lulu's heal is down.
But,
and when all the minions are attacking her. But yeah, that was exciting. Luckily for them, the Jhin did die, so the CS should be equal, or closer to equal.
Yeah,
Crazy invade topside.
Oh, there is an invade going on topside as Wukong is currently about to meet Rohan on his own prompt. Rohan really loves to play aggressively, and a lot of these matches, he's quite often inside the enemy jungle after his first quadrant. Preston is white, trying to stop the proxy happening here, but Rohan is there to back him up. The Haymaker does come out, gives him enough HP to run through. Mental Reform
sure, right?
comes by, seeing if he can do something about this proxy. Malphite out of mana! Lots of damage coming out. Mental Reform, and Rohan actually does manage to slay him, and Frostbreath will just walk away with...
Oh, here's Malzahar.
I don't think he can win this. There's a double buff on Xin Zhao, and it's a mage versus 2. This is going to be very ambitious.
I think Malphite dies there with an early Wukong flash, but
lots of damage coming out bot lane. Praxidium not scared of lunch lady, getting the autos out. Jhin just having to sit there and reload. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Rohan finds Portherius on his way back, dives him under turret, and will die as well. That is going to be another 4 kills across the map for both teams.
And Xin Zhao with these 2 kills is going to do so much damage in this early and mid game.
Tiamat. The Xin Zhao has a Tiamat at 4 minutes. His jungle clear is going to be insane now.
And he's going straight to his blue camps, trying to stop the Wukong from getting his fair share. He has way more damage than the Wukong right now.
Way more damage. The Tiamat reset is there. And on top of that, just 1 level up.
4.
Oh no, Mental Reform getting absolutely destroyed here. But Lunch80 does come help with the roam. Will hit the double root, but it's not enough damage for Rohan. As
man.
Triumph will heal him up, and he will walk away. Portherius making it a little bit too late. And the shield from Lulu is going to be enough to keep Rohan alive.
That's really unfortunate. They had the kill there if he can flash away, but that's 2 fights now where he doesn't kill, doesn't live because he hangs onto his flash.
Meanwhile, top lane, wet noodle fight as Malphite is slowly but surely just walking down the set. Stat checking him at the moment. A little bit rough looking up there. In terms of gold differences at the moment, there's minor leads in all roles except jungle, where Rohan is significantly stronger at the moment, being many kills up and probably going to be several CS up as well. Ooh. This is the aggression that we expect from the 34, to be honest, though, but mostly from 34A, because Rohan and Kallahan weren't actually a part of 34B until, well, this match. And seeing them in action together, you can see that their signature aggression hasn't disappeared, despite being part of a new team. Portherius getting ganked to mid by Rohan, and he does have a lot of DOT onto Vandal City Bandit, and he will go down. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Asian will take down the Ashe. So it's 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane, and good kill for the Asian down there in bot lane.
This could easily turn into like a 20-1 Xin Zhao game. This is like a Jungler's worst nightmare. It was a 4-1 Xin Zhao, 6 minutes.
There is a pretty significant gold gap in the bot lane now, though, as the Jhin is up by 16 CS and a kill. It's going to be a little bit difficult down there, I can foresee, unless Xin Zhao shows some love to his ADC. They did scout him out doing the grubs at the moment. Therius is level 6, does have his ultimate. They're very hesitant on whether or not they want to do anything here, as the Bandle City Bandit puts out his Mega Turret to keep guard. But it looks like that Mental Reform will go ahead and finish off the grubs as Rohan decides to back off for now.
Yeah, they saw the Seraphine roam. Lulu's not there yet, so they backed off. Looks like they're going back in. Xin Zhao's out of the picture, though. I think Malphite can live long enough for him to get there.
Malzahar is in the scene now. Unstoppable Force comes out for an escape, but he will be caught with Malefic Visions as he is suppressed. Meanwhile, Showstopper from Preston's White brings him to the back line. Blue Stun running very low. Flash coming out for both Mental Reform and Blue Stun. Bandle City Bandit trying to get away here. Gets caught by the Seraphine Slow, and he will ultimately be able to walk away, actually. Aery almost finishing him off there. Mental Reform looking for that dash. Flash comes out from Lunch Lady, and he does finish the kill onto Bandle City Bandit. Honestly, big set of plays for the free agents there, as they were able to secure the remaining grub. Well, they only got one the grub, actually. It's still one grub lying in there. And they got like 3-4 kills. That was amazing for them.
Oh, yeah. I guess Xin Zhao went to get level 6 and came back, but...
Little too late.
Damage is already done, and it's really good for the free agents to have that Malzahar gold as he gets that burn component, the Faded Ashes. That's going to help him out a lot in this early game. And hope he's buying more. Yeah, there we go. Lost chapter.
Perhaps I should try more rockets.
Oh.
Fortunately, Malphite had to use his ult defensively, so that was also a big setback in that team fight. There goes the dragon.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Objectives are going to the favor of the 34th to start, but I'm wondering how their scaling is going to look, as Preston is White is going to look to fight out Frost Breath. I think someone needs to teach Preston White how to hold his E so that he can get a guaranteed true damage punch with his Haymaker, especially if the enemy top laner is already looking to fight you and not running away. So he doesn't need to stun them right away. You get the idea. He can just auto them down until the Haymaker's full.
Yeah, there's a lot of missed damage with that missed W.
Yeah, I've noticed that last night as well when he played it into you. He definitely missed a lot of
I noticed
very obvious Haymakers, and would really benefit for just holding his E to use them.
It is it's not the hardest thing to dodge if you take a trade, see his bar build up, and then just kind of step back. But like you said, there are ways for him to make it much easier to land.
To guarantee, yeah. Especially in the middle of a minion wave.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, the Asian with the massive 4-shot into Praxidium is below half. That's lethal.
Serrated Blade and Pickaxe on the Jhin,
Both
so tons of damage.
Laners are lethal as he flashes forward with the 4th shot and does finish him off. That gives him curtain call, but the Enchanted Crystal Arrow will prevent any snipes here. If Lunch Lady just sat in front and tanked that, that would definitely have been a kill for the Asian, I believe.
Yep.
Not selfless enough as a support, I guess. My bad. Holy cow, he got chunked by that turret, though. And to Reform looking for the invade.
Ooh,
Smite comes
he
through.
Get the steal.
Does not get the steal. Ultimate does come out. The Cyclone won't be enough to really get anything there, though, as he has to retreat.
So Xin Zhao's sitting on a Titanic Hydra. Malzahar did buy that Blackfire Torch. Jhin Shirley's gonna back and buy the Collector. A lot of gold in this game already. Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, Rohan just stops by mid, manages to catch up with Therius, and there wasn't too much for him to do there. Just casual pick. Nothing could have saved him there.
Yep.
Invade's coming in as Rohan is inside of Mental Reform's jungle, trying to see what he can get, what he can steal. That completed Titanic Hydra is going to be devastating. He's the only person with a completed item right now. Actually, no, Jin as well at this point.
Jin and Malzahar.
Yeah, but they are Malzahar. Blackfire Torch is an extremely cheap item. Collector, good amount of gold to grab and very strong power spike. Titanic Hydra though, that's a big one for sure.
Well, there's the Heimerdinger ult, so that's down.
The Mega Turret came
Yes.
out. Not much you can get with it.
A shorter cooldown, so it's not the biggest deal, but
You gotta hate it when you put down a control ward and the enemy takes it like 2 seconds later. That's gotta be a bad
Yeah.
feeling for that Jin. Drop the control ward just for it to be taken.
minus 75 gold.
Oh, Mental Reform looking for the lane gank here. I don't know if they saw him entering the bush there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Protherius playing with fire as Rohan is now on top of him. Ultimate does come out and it won't.
It's the plate gold as well.
Yeah, he does get to play gold.
Calculated.
Oh,
That's cheap
Placidium
gank
comes
here.
in as Mental Reform gets his opportunity going, and Cyclone comes out as well. But it is not enough. Not even the Lulu ultimate could save him. Hugify will not be able to save him from all that CC.
Very good looking on the Wukong to play to that Jin. Unfortunately, there's nothing for him to farm at the moment. We could see a gank on the Heimer. I don't think they don't know the Zin's there.
Oh, the turrets are going to do a significant amount of damage, so it's going to prevent Mental Reform from actually being able to finish that gank.
The Malphite's coming down as well. No flash on the Malzahar.
You can look at the vision here. They don't know where the Malphite is. They don't know where the Xin Zhao is.
Yep. Really good play from those guys to not take that fight there. Could have gone horrible.
Lunch Lady missing
deep
every skill
wards.
shot possible. Oh my god, Lulu has movement. Lunch Lady and Deja miss every skill shot to the Lulu walking up to D Ward.
Yeah, great job from Blue Stun there. The really deep wards on this blue side blue buff, and that's letting Xin Zhao know exactly where Wukong is. That'll help them be a little bit safer in prepping this dragon, knowing Seraphine just backed, Malzahar's in lane, Wukong's blue side, and they might even start it here.
They're looking for it.
Here comes Malphite walking
Free
down.
agents
His
know
teleport
that
is up.
Rohan's in the area.
Preston's teleport is down. He's just going to have to take plating. He's not going to be here for this
When Become
fight.
Lightning does hit. He will go in onto Protherius. Crescent Guard comes out. Curtain Call comes in as well in return. Retaliation damaging the backline immensely, but it is not going to save Protherius here. As Mental Reform goes back in, Cyclone comes out. Lunch Lady doing what he can to try to save the play, but it's not enough as Rohan gets 2 kills. And he's going to run down Lunch Lady as well. That's going to be 3 down for the side of the free agents as the 34th just dominate that exchange, that skirmish, not losing a single person and ready to take Dragon right after. That play went so wrong so fast. The damage from Xin Zhao is just too much.
It looked like they could have got the shutdown on Xin there with the Malzahar ult right into the curtain call, but that Lulu interrupted the Malzahar ult, and then Ashe came and flanked the Jin through Tribush. And yeah, Ashe has their item now as well, and
Yeah, the Yuntal is
very
going to
unfortunate.
be very strong. It's going to be another crit. Building crit on hit ADCs have been pretty popular recently. I saw a crit Kaisa last night, and now we're going crit Ashe. Not necessarily saying it's bad, but it's uncommon. But I don't know the Ashe meta at the moment, so I can't necessarily say that is not the correct build on Ashe. But I do know that I don't see a lot of Yuntals nowadays on ADCs. They're either going lethality, collector, such as Jin Caitlyn, or they're going on hit like Kaisa Ashe, as far as I've seen. Frostbreath getting jumped by 3 people up in the top lane here. I don't think he has a way out. Protherius, DOT, and Preston's White comes through. Flash comes out from Preston's White, unnecessarily so, I believe, as Bandle City Bandit has also rotated, and Rohan just looking to complete the rest of the grubs. They get it. That is feats of monster slaying for them. Ooh. I wonder... I wonder how they're going to do their lane assignments now that bot's taken. Jhin is roaming towards mid. Does get the deadly flourish. Encore does hit. Along with the nether grass. And that's going to be a pick onto Blue Sun. 2 ultimates used for that. I don't know if that was worth it.
First tower as well. Yeah, there's a lot of resources to expend there, but they're looking for anything they can. Because this Xin Zhao is terrifying.
He is. But here's the biggest problem with having only one person have all your gold, right? If the Xin Zhao falls at any point, it might spell the doom of the 34th if no one else gets strong within that time frame. Because the gold is distributed evenly amongst the free agents. That means everyone can be a threat. But right now, only Rohan's a threat, and they need to be very careful in making sure that Rohan doesn't lose that shutdown. He is still maintaining aggression, though, running mental reform down his own jungle. Unstoppable Force comes in, hits you in the backline. Literally will go down here. Preston's Flight trying to do what he can to save the play, but it's not quite enough. He still has Haymaker. He throws it out. It doesn't do quite enough damage. And actually, that was the lowest damaging Haymaker I've ever seen from a set. Wow. Frankly, I'm quite shocked that he did that little damage with it. I thought he would at least one-shot the Heimerdinger there, but barely tickled him. Alright, well, looks like they're going to continue on with the powerhouse that is Rohan. He will probably have his second item here. He's sitting with 1,400, 1,500 in the bank right now. Malphite not to be looked down upon either, as he looks like he's about to finish his second item as well, with the Malignance and close to one of his tank items. I wonder if the Jhin and Malzahar will be enough to be able to counteract the snow wall that is Xin Zhao.
Well, at this point, just pure health makes you so tanky.
Oh, Blue Sun
And,
looking to continue with the C Ward. Flash comes out, cleanse unnecessarily so right after. Hugify comes in. He is super greedy with his Lulu. I don't think he should be expending this much resources for a Lulu. As Praxidium flashes forward in front of the curtain call and tanks him, he does manage to save his support. Meanwhile, the top lane, Preston is white, is jumped by both the Unstoppable Force from Malphite and Wind Becomes Lightning from Rohan, and he will go down. That's going to be the top tower for them. 34th across the map, making great plays overall. Being able to continue expanding their lead, and free agents need to find a way to start fighting back. Looking as it is, power spikes are coming out as Malzahar does have his 2 items. Rohan will have his second item on recall here, I believe. So he'll need to look for a reset too, sitting at 2.6k gold. He's looking for it right now. There's a Sundered Sky coming out. If you thought he was tanky before, oh boy. A lot of positioning happening around into the Dragon Pit right now. No aggressive wards from both sides. They can only see the river at the moment. No one knows what's being played on the other side of the jungle. No deep wards from either team. Ash Hawkshot does scout out where the free agents are. They don't know the Malphite's behind them. There's an amazing flank right now from Frostbreath as he's playing into the back angle. Does get the Unstoppable Forces 2. Encore comes in return. Does hit 3. Cyclone comes out. Not enough damage being given though, as they are going to get destroyed by the amazing flank created by Frostbreath, reaching their backline. And my god, the back row play right now from the 34th is amazing.
That was a really good pincer, and he saved his ult to not just hit the Jhin, but the Set or someone else, maybe the Wukong as well.
Yeah, the Wukong. Hit both the Wukong and the Jhin. I'm surprised they didn't realize that Malphite. Oops, wrong button. That Malphite came from that angle, considering that they had that that entrance warded. They should have been aware that Malphite was coming from behind at some point. Perhaps too much focus onto what was going on near the Dragon Pit, but that flank was pretty pretty well done. Next major objective is going to be the Otacon if they look for it. followed by the Baron. But I don't think that the free agents are in a position to look to fight any of that. They need to get some picks going on around here. There's too much casual farming. Something needs to happen across the map. There are shutdowns on every champion. If they don't move to look to gather any shutdowns, they're gonna lose just neutrally through pure farming. Rohan taking a significant amount of damage from the set here. But he will ultimately be able to win the 1v1 through the pure stat check. Meanwhile, Portherius does get ulted by the by Frost Breath, and he will actually get soloed by him. Flash will be able to finish him off there, and Frost Breath will look to obtain the bottom tower with that.
That was a promising limit test from the set into the Xin Zhao.
Yeah, very close. And Cancer Crystal Arrow getting Mental Reform off on the side here. They're saving the... Oh, wow. They were fooled. They thought that that was a clone because of the Ash stun, but it was the real one the whole time. He was just stunned for that long. And it forces them to use their flash to try to finish him off there, but they do manage to get it.
Very cheeky.
Split
Maybe
pushing.
the only thing cheekier is face the Baron Pit and flash into red buff. That's a classic right there. Wukong play. They do get that Xin Zhao flash.
Wow,
which is
Frost Breath
quite
actually
valuable.
does manage to get the tier 2 bot as well. The split pushing Malphite putting in some real work. Vandal City Bandit got the top tower as well. Meanwhile, it's Encore in the mid lane, comes out, but Praxidium just ignores it all, runs forward. He has his items, he has his damage, he's running them down. Jin doesn't have the attack speed, doesn't have the 4th shot, and he will go down. The 34th just decimating them, methodically calculating their every move to just win at every corner of the map. They got the tier 2 top, they got the tier 2 bot, running in mid with a Rift Herald, just going in one by one with picks. They have staggered respawns onto the enemy side. I don't know what the free agents can do to stop this at the moment. Rohan is just going to dive this along with the unstoppable force from Malphite. They can't stop the front line from just running in, and it just... Holy cow, 34th might just win right off this play. Curtain Call is going to come out. None of the front line is blocking for the back line. They might be able to wipe out Blue Stun here. They do. Vandal City Bandit flashing out along with Praxidium. He's going to make it out. Frostbreath trying to finish what he can. Vandal City Bandit's Leandries will be able to burn down Lunch Lady as Asian flashes forward for the 4th shot onto Praxidium. Gets the shutdown. And the last one standing is the Mountain of a champion, Malphite.
Wow, yeah. I mean, the Xin Zhao just getting out of control was the biggest thing I
Absolutely
was
out of
worried
control.
about.
Yeah, that is an insane performance coming out from Rohan right now. Not to mention the Malphite as well, providing follow-up with that dive, and just the front line is too much. It's not often you'll see a game where the back line has more deaths than the front line, though. But it's happening here.
Yep.
Malphite Rohan.
Well, if the game's not over soon, dare I say winnable? I mean, once Jin gets his armor pin and Set's able to take a big chunk out of Malphite, if these guys play really well, I mean, Malphite and Xin Zhao are killable. But the Ashe is now getting out of control themselves.
Yeah, they're looking to just run down Lunch Lady in preparation for Baron. The Encore does come out, but I don't think that's going to be enough for her to get away, as he is going to go down. Rohan, legendary status right now, looking to just take the Baron right after. We'll be grabbing a couple of snacks on the way out. Order of 1 frog, maybe some wolves. Before heading to the Baron
Oh,
pit.
you really are hungry, aren't you?
I'm pretty hungry. I didn't order any food. I was gonna order. I did find a suitable food location.
Unfortunately for these guys, they don't have a dragon yet, so kind of waiting it out and seeing if they can ever squeeze a kill on these tanks
Rohan and
and
Mental
stuff.
Reform waiting in the opposite bushes as Rohan will get the face check off. Preston Spike coming from behind, knocking him up. Haymaker is out. He throws it towards the Malphite, but it does negative damage as he doesn't get much out of it. Flash on top of force from Frostbreath as he will look to take down the backline. The Asian will go down. That's their one of their only damage sources. Lunch Lady does not have Encore to play for this. Mental Reform will go down, and I think it's over. 34th can just push to win here.
Yeah, I think the free agents might be very frustrated right now. I think if they were to cool down just a little bit, the game wouldn't be over this exact moment. I mean, they saw the Malphite in the jungle, and what does Malphite do? He flashed ults. So I think maybe they're just trying to go straight into the next game here.
Perhaps.
But
Teleport
if
from
they're-
Battle City Bandit does come in, and they are still trying to make the siege work. They didn't actually secure Baron, so a bit rough here. Unstoppable Force coming in. The Asia getting the shutdown onto Malphite. That's a nice 800 gold in his pocket here.
Exactly
Vixidium
who you wanted on.
looking for the bot
He
tier
gets
3.
the last whisper too.
Encore comes out, does not quite hit anyone, and the 34th might just have to back off here. Wow, wait. Battle City Bandit doing massive damage to Lunch Lady there and just actually wipes him. And now they're going to look to siege the bot tier 3 here. This is a bit dangerous because Rohan isn't with them right now. He's currently in the top side of the map going to his red buff. I believe the 34th needs to recall here before they get caught and throw a lead even further.
And that Cloud Drake might be the perfect Drake for them. Just have that Malphite zoom across the map. Ashe already has Ghost. And then that Heimerdinger is just running around so quick right now.
Xin Zhao and Windrake is also a pretty good combo as he will make that dive, and no matter who he targets,
Yep.
he'll always catch up with them with his ultimate. They are looking to get the Baron now. Once with this Baron, they'll probably be looking to end the game, but let's see if free agents are able to make some sort of miracle play happen here. They're looking to approach it themselves. They do know, have an idea that it's happening, but it's a little too late as the red team will be able to take Baron, and they're just going to march it right down as a team. The damage of Seraphine looking a little light here. Not able to really stop the onslaught. Here comes the empowered Baron minions onto their tier 4s. They're throwing out spells, they're throwing out bullets, but I don't know if they have quite enough damage to stop this siege. Curtain Call does come out as well. Unstoppable Force from the Malphite goes in. 3-man knockup with the Lulu ultimate along with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Presses White ulti Malphite into their backline, and he will actually decimate that backline, taking at least one down with him, leaving the rest at very low HP. Rohan diving the fountain, and he does kill the Asian there, leaving room for the rest of his team to end the game. He lives from the fountain dive, and that is going to be a game 1 to the 34th.
Yeah, look, 15-1, almost the 20-1 Zhao I predicted. That champion is just disgusting right now, especially if you get a kill from the invade early game. Absolutely disgustingly strong champion.
Yeah, very well done
Very well
overall from them. The performance from Rohan and Callahan especially has been significant, and it's going to be a little bit rough to come back from that. I hope that this doesn't like demoralize the free
Yeah,
agents, as
I
they had a
think-
very strong start. Is the thing they had
did.
a very strong start.
They absolutely did, and they even got a couple close fights there in a game they were super behind in. I think if they are able to regroup very well and design a very good draft, we could easily see a third game here. This game was purely comfort picks, and let's go super aggressive, and it paid off for them. But I think if they can try to outsmart things like the Malphite flash ult, don't throw down your curtain call within range of the Malphite ult, just simple things like that, and I think we could easily see a game 3.
I would
I'm
love
curious-
to see a game 3.
Yes, I would as well. I'm curious, is the Mundo going to be seen here? I wonder if they're going to draft around if they're going to anticipate a Mundo coming out, and so they're going to draft around it, and then maybe the Mundo just never shows up. But yeah, still a good performance from the Jhin. He got several kills bot lane, and then the Malzahar was able to get a good amount of gold. And if the game was just a little bit slower, then that Jhin Malzahar damage would have been really good with the gold they had, and the scaling from the set true damage would have been really good into the Xin Zhao Malphite. Unfortunately, it was just too fast. But let's see. The draft should be starting soon. Are they taking a break?
They didn't confirm that.
Says, okay, yeah, you asked. Let's see.
Yes. So I'm unsure as to what the decision is, but I think that a mental reset should be needed. If the free agents approaches this calmly, they should be able to secure this. I am being told that they are taking a quick break. All right. So let me just. All right, yeah, they are taking a quick break. So get some mental resets, stretch themselves, stretch out a bit. Be ready for the next match with a fresh mind.
Yeah, they had some extremely composed games last night, and so I know it's in them to come into the second game with a lot more composure, anticipate some crazy aggression, and punish them for that. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, we will be shortly. We will be on a short break as we wait for both teams to set up for the next draft. Make sure to stay tuned. This upcoming is going to be Game 2 between the free agents and the 34th in the semifinals. Whoever wins this will be going on to the grand finals next week. All right, we will be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back to our FMC playoffs match between the free agents and the 34th. This is going to be game 2 of 3, with 34 taking a decisive first game. And we're going to get right back into it. Hopefully the free agents were able to refresh themselves going into game 2 with a fresh mind, because that ending was a little bit rough to see for them.
Yep. If they pull themselves together, I think, like I said last night, they had a lot of really composed games, really good rotations, really good mechanic plays. If they can pull that out again tonight, then we are in third game territory. But yeah, I mean, it was just the 34th style, especially the Rohan style of just going super aggressive, knowing that his mid laner and top laner are going to rotate to those jungle exchanges, and it paid off.
So far, it looks like the 34th is opting to remove the Mordekaiser this time on their end, along with a Trundle. I'm surprised about.
Yeah, Preston is White has, I think, maybe like 30, in total 40 ranked games across Trundle and Fiora. So those are his 2 comfort picks for sure. And then the Swain bot, that's something that their bot lane has been playing a lot of. Apparently, Praxidium is a mid laner, so he likes to play the mages he has experience on in that bot lane. Last game he did go Ashe though, so the Vi, I'm not sure if Mental Reform does a lot of Vi, but we do see a Vi ban there.
What will the third ban be here? Talon. They are removing Bandle City Bandits Talon, allowing them to take their semi-forcing them to go towards Azereth. Considering
Yeah.
that the Heimer is already out the pool. So I wonder what they're gonna have in store for him. The Gwen removal is a little bit interesting. I wasn't aware that anyone in the 34th played Gwen. They are going to pick up the Lux, though, almost immediately, preventing Lunch Lady from getting it, but Lunch Lady in return will pick up the Mel. Able to grab that for themselves at this point. That's a champion they're looking for. The Yorick as well coming out. A lot of their preferred picks are being brought out here. Probably because it's their
Yes,
chance to bring it to game 3.
Yes, but I mean, picking a Yorick so early, there's so many picks to build around a Yorick.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Callahan picked up the Irelia here, as Irelia is one of Yorick's worst matchups, period. They are going to go with the Jhin this time on the 34th side.
I don't think Frost Breath plays Irelia really. I think we scrimmed against him once, and he played Irelia, and we looked into it. I think he had like 2 games on Irelia in like the past few years.
Did he win with that game with Irelia?
No, he actually solo died to me on Kennen.
Oh. Dang, I wish I was around to see that.
Yeah.
They are going to pick up the Xerath, though, as predicted, for Battle City Bandit. Having that go mid. I think they're assuming it might be a Mel mid, but if it's Lunch Lady's Mel, it's probably going to be Mel support. Following up with the Caitlyn. A second wave of bans are going to start off here again. There are still top laners to be removed here. They're removing the Wukong themselves. The champion, I don't think I've seen Rohan play.
Yeah, I think Jarvan is
The next pick coming out.
could be.
That's what I'm assuming. Blue really, 34th really taking their time trying to decide what to do. There's only supports and not supports. There's only mid laners and junglers they can remove here. They think the Mel is mid. I think the Mel is support, and these are going to be some wasted bans as they remove the Morgana. They are also removing the Ornn top, preventing Callahan from making a super safe top lane pick here. Though I don't think an Ornn is that much of a threat to the Yorick, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like that is a winning matchup for the Yorick. Their final ban, what will it be? They do end up removing a mid laner. They removed the Galio. Maybe they caught on that it might not be a Mel mid. As they take Galio
maybe just
away.
taking out the flex potential.
Yeah, there's the
or,
Victor. So that's their actual mid laner. That Mel is indeed support.
Now Xerath into Victor is a tough matchup. It's not horrible. You shouldn't have to you're not going to feed the Xerath, but he is going to poke and wave clear at the same time, whereas you're only going to be able to do one or the other as a Victor player. You're also going to have some crazy feet dodging all those skill shots.
Yeah, unfortunately, Victor E does match like Xerath range though, so he is able to get his fair share of poke back.
Yeah, but it is just harder to align with the poke and clear at the same time. You're expending mana to poke and clear the wave, whereas Xerath can do that much more easily. You're also going to have to spend gold on sustain against a Xerath.
Yeah, gonna need a couple of pots here and there. They are going to finalize their draft for 34th with a Maokai Udyr. Extremely tank heavy again. They really want to just make that front line go. I don't think I've seen a Maokai in a year. That is an ancient pick. As ancient as the champion, to be honest.
This looks good for Victor. This is if he has the movement speed and he has let's see how he chooses to build.
Free agents will pick up the Heimerdinger themselves. Heimerdinger has been pretty popular right now. I've seen more Heimerdingers in this tournament than I have in it. It's not the same team picking it up.
Wait a second. Who's jungling?
The Yorick. It's going to be a Yorick jungle. We
All
got
right.
baited. We thought it was a York top. It ended up being a York jungle. That was a great bait by them. There's going to be a Heimer
Yeah.
top as well. The biggest weakness of this draft, though, is the fact that there's only York as a front line. So Udyr and Maokai has almost free reign to run at the Heimer Victor. That is the only weakness I really see with the draft.
Well, Victor is one of the better mages to run away with. He's really fast. He can be tanky, and with really good W placement, you're just kind of walking the dog as Victor. Heimerdinger is also someone you don't really want to stick your nose into the beehive against a Heimerdinger. We also have Caitlyn traps. I do see a good amount of synergy, and not a lot of like leaps, and like the Xin Zhao Malphite leaps.
The dive
just kinda
potential, yeah.
Right, it's just kind of fast walk, and then from the Udyr Maokai.
They do have a lot of catch, though, as Maokai's ultimate and Jin's Deadly Flourish are able to catch people from a very long distance away. And
yeah, and then the Lux Fruit as well.
Yeah, so if they do get caught out even once, there's no stopping the Udyr, who has an unstoppable in his kit, right, to just reach them. Along with the Xerath ulti as well, just free firing, as the free agents also don't have their own form of dive. But yeah, no, I think free agents are ultimately relying on just comfort picks and trying to win the game through pure stat check. If they snowball this game hard enough, if they win their lanes hard enough, they might be able to turn that advantage to just carry on into the mid game and win. They've done it last night before. They're hoping to replicate it again, it seems. Meanwhile, on the 34th side, their team is a little bit more balanced. I'm a little surprised to not see Rohan and Maokai, Frostbreath and Rohan on more damage-oriented champions. But especially Rohan, because Rohan has a reputation of playing like bruiser fighter champions, so the Maokai coming out is going to be a little bit surprising for him. I wonder how he's going to play that.
Yeah. I was thinking it was Udyr jungle. But as we see right now, it is for sure Udyr top.
Yeah. Just looking at the players pick up their champions as indeed a Udyr top, Maokai jungle.
And unfortunately, that is not a Heimerdinger jungle.
Why is that unfortunate? That should be the standard. Heimerdinger jungle is atrocious.
Unfortunately, it is not a Heimerdinger jungle. It is confirmed Heimerdinger top.
Confirmed Heimerdinger top, York jungle. York jungle is going to be a little bit interesting. I played against it a couple times myself, and it does seem to be relatively powerful. Only issue is that I can't see him actually dueling the enemy here, as he has no way to reach Xerath Gen reliably without the Maokai getting in his way. And I don't know if he has the damage to actually beat Udyr Maokai in close proximity to try and reach the enemy backline. Hopefully Victor, Heimer, Caitlyn, they'll all have the strength to be able to just melt those two in order so that they can get some effectiveness out of their champion.
Yeah, I think this Xerath's just going to shove lane, and Victor's going to have to play on his tippy toes. He's going to have to walk on eggshells, trying to get as many minions as possible and dodge as many skill shots as possible. So I don't think Victor's going to be too gankable, honestly, if Xerath just pushes too hard. And then we have a Mel, Caitlyn, two very long-range champions, and then we have a Heimerdinger. Maybe Heimerdinger might be the most gankable lane here, but I'm just curious as to what Maokai's looks are here.
Probably, I couldn't tell you honestly. Whoever has the most gold, honestly.
Yeah,
it's because they're 5 carries right now. Every single one of their champs does damage. The York does damage. The Heimer does damage. The Victor does damage. Caitlyn does damage, Mel does damage.
Yep.
So anyone with the most gold, to be honest, can be a priority target. We just gotta also hope that the Xerath doesn't get too incredibly out of control that he will just wipe
Yes.
the back line with a single Q.
Yep, that is a huge possibility as well. They have super long range with a Jhin Xerath Lux.
Right.
Another thing is this Victor's going to struggle to really meet Maokai in any of these jungle exchanges with his wave constantly shoved into him. And then the Heimerdinger is just probably never going to leave lane, right, to rotate the grubs or anything.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and go into intermission for the spectator delay. Are there any final comments you'd like to make?
Nope, excited to see the game.
All right, we're going to be going to intermission for game 2 of 3 between the 34th and the free agents. This may be the last game of the night, but who knows? Will the free agents be able to pull it back? We will be back shortly. Make sure to get refill on any snacks, get some more drinks, and just stay tuned, everyone. All right, everyone, welcome back to the second game between the 34th and the free agents. I am your main host tonight, Encaster UB, joined still here by George Bush Mid. Again, looking at an early invade from both sides, though, into opposite jungles.
Yeah.
What are these paths? I've never seen that red route in my life. What the
absolute yin yang behavior?
What is this red route? I've never seen someone path through raptors like that ever. Meanwhile, the 34th went through the enemy top side, and they both sides are disengaging from their jungle. Interesting start so far, as no action, but just decision making is interesting so far. They are going to be aware for both sides on where the junglers are starting. And because of that...
well, they don't know where Blue's starting. They don't know where Maokai is.
Yeah, they do. They know he's in Raptors, I believe. No?
Did Victor spot him?
No, they have a ward on it. There's a ward on Maokai right now. The Raptors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a ward in that bush.
That's a blue ward.
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Maokai is on... Oh, wow. Maokai's just starting on the enemy Raptors. Man, Rohan with some... Oh, yeah. I didn't realize. I was like thinking about it.
Rohan is
he's just
super aggressive, man.
He's just stealing the enemy quadrant as his level 1? Clear? Oh, no. Wait, that's gonna be really annoying for the Yorick.
Could line this up right into Heimer gank as well.
Yeah, he's gonna be topside for a very long time. Root reflect onto the Lux here. Blue stun getting rooted down, but no trap from the Asian in time to get that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, minor trade patterns happening, and yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do into that. Udyr into the Heimer. He needs Maokai up there right now. Pronto.
Well, they have no clue he's in that tri-bush. And he's gonna opt to just keep farming, yeah.
Yep. Yorick is going to be discovering that he does not have a top side anymore. Wonder which direction he opts to go in. He's looking to take the enemy red side here, knowing that it's still up because of the ward. Meanwhile, they were able to reflect the root. Lunch Lady flashing out, being very low in HP. The agent also being very low. Both of them in lethal range for a Q4th shot from Praxidium. They're playing very cautiously right now because of that.
The Ignite did come out, so their potions... Unfortunately, that Caitlyn E did not land.
Both supports ultra aggressive with their spells right now, carrying the bulk of the damage work down in a bot lane. Lunch Lady and Bluestone just wiling out at each other. Hardly any mana from anyone bot side.
Jhin is out of this lane very soon with a Yorick nearby.
Oh,
I think they did spot him. They had a ward on that red buff.
The Jhin did end up going Dark Harvest over Fleet Footwork, so he does not have a lot of sustain because of that. Top lane,
So we have
Frostbreath
the
is getting the
Ignite.
standard Heimer treatment.
Still have Ignite on Mel. And yeah, they're just gonna reset here. Could stop that reset, send those minions in. I mean, they know where he is. His whole
Is
jungle's taken.
Frostbreath going to go down here?
Oh wow.
Flash does come out, Preston White going forward, but the turtle comes back. He is healing so much HP. It's unreal, and there's no mana left for Preston White to finish him off. That's just a wasted flash, and Frostbreath comes back with more HP. He started when Preston flashed forward. That's so unfortunate for him. He is looking to cancel Frostbreath's recall. Bandle City Bandit.
Really good trades into the Zerath. That is what you want to hope for as the victor.
Yeah.
Zerath still has his teleport reset. Maokai is once again very close to top lane. No flash, no mana on the Heimerdinger. Looks like he's just going to recall.
That health
Zerath.
regen from Udyr is so insane. He has more
Yeah,
HP
yeah.
than he did a minute ago by a significant margin.
Yeah, that was. He gained like maybe 300 health. He had like 40 HP, and
He was
yeah.
unironically an auto attack away. Root does hit blue stun. Lunch Lady throwing his right between both bot lane. There's lots of damage coming out to both ADCs here. Praxidium looking real low. Lunch Lady tanking a little bit of damage himself here. Blue stun just blindly firing out skill shots in hopes that he catches someone, but his ADC is under fire, under lethal range of getting destroyed by any ability. Preemptive reflect coming out here, not quite able to catch anyone, and Praxidium is keeping his distance, being very careful here. Does hit the deadly flourish. Oh! Right of the arcane does come out as Battle City Bandits looking to snipe the bot lane, and that will be 2 kills for the 34th down there as Battle City Bandits secures first blood and flash 4 shot for Praxidium.
Very well played, Zerath ult. He
Very
lost
well done.
nothing out of it. Didn't lose a single minion.
Just ulties from mid lane, man. What a very fun and interactive ability. Supporting his team from
Yeah.
a mile away.
Zerath main, Heimerdinger main. Get a load of this guy. But no, very well played. Yeah, played against the Zerath several times. He is really good at always joining those fights. And it's a really good pick to have him on.
Lots of vision control down here in the bot lane.
Rubs.
Control wards in both bushes. Top lane. The CS is a lot more even than it should be, to be honest. The Heimerdinger's job in top lane is to bully out the enemy laner and be up a CS lead. But right now it's looking even. Heck, the Udyr's even ahead somehow. And he needs to really start putting out some more pressure in order to make this work for him. As the damage is coming out, that's that pressure we're looking for. It needs to keep that up. Meanwhile, bot lane, Root's hitting both Blue Stun and the Asian. They're both really low, forcing Blue Stun to have to flash away while Yorick goes for the first dragon.
See, Zerath's roaming down, and Victory has to auto these minions down. That's a big characteristic of this matchup. Luckily, it's not too impactful for the free agents.
Maokai's-
Also, both these mid laners, none of them opted for the regen items, and their teleport is down. And this is a very mana-intensive lane. Both these guys just throwing everything at the minions.
Yeah, Maokai just opting to full clear permanently. This is a stark contrast to what we've seen from Rohan usually. He is looking to see if he can gank Preston as White, but the turrets are coming out. Massive damage coming
wow.
through, but he cowers away. I feel like if he stuck his ground, he could have killed both of them. Oh,
Yeah, there was a window
no.
there.
He had the opportunity to kill both of them. The turret damage is coming out significant. Frostbite's just taking a significant amount of it. He's hoping that the turtle stance will be enough to keep him alive, but the damage is just too much. The Heimer turrets are only going to get stronger as he levels up and gets more gold, and that turtle cheese will eventually just not be enough to keep him sustained.
Yorick interaction down here. The CS between Yorick and Maokai is not too abysmal.
They have been just vertically jungling, taking each other's opposite quadrants, which I would chalk
Oh
to
wow,
me.
so much damage.
Yeah.
So much damage and so much regen in this top lane.
Yeah, that's just been the cycle down here. barrier coming out for Praxidium, absorbing a single headshot auto from Caitlyn. I don't think that was worth it.
He's out of mana. He has to go back. I mean,
I don't think that
Lux
barrier
is
was
out
worth
of
it.
mana. Lux is almost dead. So he barriered just before a reset. And here comes a Yorick gank.
The Yorick gank, the cage does come out. Ace in the hole hits Praxidium,
There's
but
the
there's not
minions.
enough damage to really do anything here. I think they should have just waited for a dive here rather than try to force that. Victor scouting out the Rohan in their red. Preston is white on the flank, but he does get the root, and Rohan will look to just walk away. He is trying to dodge any skill shots that they have. Knockback with the ultimate. The Bramble Grasp goes through. Right, the Arcane comes in. Rohan walks back in for reasons unknown as Xerath lost vision, is unable to continue his right of the Arcane to finish the kill. Strange decision making from him there.
Yeah,
Coming back at that low
I
HP.
think he anticipated maybe a Victor flash ult, so he just wanted to inch that Heimerdinger down for the Xerath ult.
But
That's the only thing I can imagine.
Darius really low in resources right now, but he does have teleport. He should be looking to leave soon, or he might get sniped here by Battle City Bandit, holding his
Oh.
flash for next game.
That is a tough matchup for the Victor. But his flash was up, his teleport was up. I guess he evolved his E, and I guess he greeted out thinking he could just Omega wave clear for a couple more waves.
Yeah, he did
That was
return
a
to
very
get a
unnecessary
Rod of
death.
Ages though, so that's a significant purchase.
Yeah, very tanky Victor. I don't know if that's necessary. Obviously, tanky mid laners is kind of meta right now.
Teleport is coming in. Heimerdinger trying to join this fight. As Mental Reform destroys Rohan. Your jungle actually melting. The
Victor ult is still up with the Mel pincer. It looks like they're getting to the tower.
Mel does hit the root onto
Rooted.
Blue Stun here. Tries to reflect any CC. It doesn't quite happen.
Oh,
Lunch Lady
fuck.
with the ultimate will be able to just absolutely tear him down. That's going to be another kill for the free agents. There is 3-3, but the free agents has the advantage in terms of objectives at the moment. It's looking pretty good for them. They will be able to secure the grubs as well. That's 3 grubs, a dragon up. Good amount of gold onto them. They still, the 34 still holds a minor gold lead though, primarily in the mid lane as Xerath is 2-0. But in the top lane, otherwise, it's been a relatively neutral matchup as Mental Reform will flash forward into Frostbreath, who has Ghost and is unable to flash out on his own. The CC slows are too much and he will go down as another kill for the free agents.
Yeah, it's really important to get a kill on Udr there because he is very slippery, very hard to kill. Very well played by them.
Looks like he's opting for the hybrid build of going Leandres into tank. Rohan coming off in the flank here. The ultimate will come through. Will the Bramble Grass be able to catch him? It will. As right of the Arcane will follow up. More roots to follow. And it will be a clean setup for Battle City Bandit to go down. Multiple root combos onto the Asian here as he will flash. The curtain call comes through. The snipe from Jin will finish the kill there. Very well played.
Very good aim on the snipe.
The tempo was looking good for free agents, but the 34th had to remind them this isn't going to be an easy game, and they went for it. Mental Reform on the flank onto Blue Stun here. Does hit the Morning Mist. Blue Stun forced to flash away. Rohan coming in for the counter gank, though flanking from behind, but his damage is too far to join in for the fight. They are able to take down the Maiden, though, which gives Praxidium a nice 50 gold. I remember when Maiden used to give 200.
Yeah, the kills on Xerath is very dangerous for the free agents because they just have nothing to deal with him.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, where if the Xerath gets too far ahead, he can't just snipe the enemy backline because he will always outrange them. Jeez, as the damage coming out to Lunch AE is chunked out, having to flash, dodge the Deadly Flourish. They are looking to finish off this dragon here as Yorick comes by. Mental Reform looking to finish it. There's a control ward on it. They might look for the snipe here. Rohan going in. They does not get the snipe, and he's going to get melted. Praxidium looking to be the next target here. Ace of the Hole comes out as well. Does not finish Praxidium. Zera's trying to get some damage off Blue Stun with the root here. Donasia trying to do his best to run him down. Does hit the Piltover Peacemaker and finish off Blue Stun.
Crazy Caitlyn kill. He has the collector. Wow.
Amazing set of plays for the free agents as they are able to secure 2 kills
Zerath
and the
shut down
dragon.
Here.
Victor opting
like
to
he doesn't
walk
wanna
away
push
there
it.
from the low mana Zerath. I'm surprised he just didn't run in and finish him.
Yeah. There was Zerath shut down range. Maybe he's concerned
Raider
with
the
Maokai
Arcane is
resistance.
back, but Battle City Bandit will not hit a single shot on them as the Asian and Lunch Lady will just be able to walk away.
Yeah, this is not a fun game with Jin ult, Zerath ult, Lux ult to look out for.
Yeah. Frostbreath is invading the enemy red side, but Mental Reform caught him in the act and is just absolutely melting his HP pool. Turtle Sands can only do so much as he's running low on HP. Morning Mist will finish him off as the ghouls will tear him apart, and that is another kill for Mental Reform. This is the snowball free agents is looking for right now. They have their lead, they have their damage, they need to keep up this pressure, and they can't let the 34th get this back.
Yeah, and even the O2 Victor is still really significant. I mean, even in that drag fight, he melted the Maokai off of the dragon. And had he had his flash up, he would have triple killed the enemy bot lane. So they
my
are looking in a
goodness.
good spot.
Bandle City Bandit has bottom edge eyes. He's feeling himself here. He wants for this. He wants to go for this. Rohan in the top lane using his ultimate to try to prevent the enemy from pushing even further. Precious White getting dangerously low, but so is Rohan. The maiden is just melting him. Meanwhile, Praxidium taking a bunch of damage from both Lunch Lady and the Asian. Curtain Call comes through. He does wipe out Lunch Lady and does not manage to finish the kill off on Praxidium. Very well done by him there.
I think it's okay for the Caitlyn to get a refillable pot. It's too late now, but Lux Jin.
4-shot coming through as the Praxidium comes up to finish him off. Bluestone taking the tower for him. Oh, geez. This is a strong
Really
Jin.
good
Strong.
power aggro there from the blue stun.
34th right now. Their biggest strengths are in their long range. Flash coming out from Bandle City Bandit to escape the cage. But this is going to be the worry here. Praxidium and Bandle City Bandit has extremely long range in these fights, and they are able to kill the backline if not checked. And this is not what the free agents want right now. They need to look to shut that down soon.
I think Udra is going to start out trading this Heimerdinger with just Heimerdinger has no defensive stats.
He does have a Rylai's to prevent the Udyr from getting close. Let's see if...
Yeah, maybe no kill on the Heimerdinger, but he will for sure melt him down with that Leandries.
Rift Herald onto the Yorick here. I'm curious to see where he will take his business in ghouls.
The Yorick damage this game has been insane.
It really has
on the
been.
Maokai. Good bit of poke on the mid lane.
Praxidium getting hit by a root here from Lunch Lady off to the side. Decent poke damage coming out from Mel. Caitlyn not having their best game, unfortunately, but at least the Mel is able to hold their own for a little bit, finishing with that Blackfire Torch. President's White's poke is not going to be quite enough to actually do anything in Frost Breath anymore, as he's just sustaining through the whole thing. Not running out of mana anytime soon either. Oh my gosh, that stun almost hit. The reflection does hit Lux here as he is rooted. Roots, Deadly Flourish does hit the Asian here. Final Spark comes out. Curtain Call comes out as well. Flash forward from the Lunch Lady trying to see if he gets some damage to finish off Praxidium. He does get the shutdown. Nice payday for the Mel there, but unfortunately Caitlyn is going to go down yet again. Frost Breath tanking the Mega Turret, and he is getting melted. He should not be tanking this. He felt a little bit too confident with his sustain, and now he might pay the price here. He's looking to recall behind the alcove. Will President's White be able to secure this kill? There are minions for him to sustain. He does miss the stun here. This might not look good for President's White. He's very low. He does manage to finish him off, hitting all the rockets. Rohan looking to join in, flashing away. President's White trying to get away. The stun does hit, but the knockback is going to finish him off there. Shut down for Rohan.
Yeah, if anybody's played any World of Warcraft PvP, that Udyr hiding behind the alcove, kind of choosing like a winnable fight for him. I know Frostbeth plays a little bit of WoW and it just gave me big flashbacks.
Oh no! Raider the Arcade comes up from Battle City Bandit, but he doesn't know that Lunch Lady's next to him. He reflects the stun as well. That's a shutdown! Both shutdowns have gone to Mel. She is going to be a significant threat.
Yorick's in there too.
Yorick coming out to fight Praxemi on the side. Blue Stun flashing towards the Blasco, but he gets abandoned by the Jin. Mental Reform looking to
Victor
finish him
flashes towards
off.
Jin.
Morning
gets
Mist goes
Jin.
to Victor, does get the Jin as well off screen, and that is going to be a massive turn of events for the free agents as they are cashing in a massive payday. Rohan getting caught out to the side here, getting poked down by the Asian lunch lady.
Ujir does do a good bit of damage
Ghost from
here, though.
Udyr
Level
on top of
12.
going through. He gets the stun lunch lady, but all the damage dealers are here for Frost Breath as he is getting melted away. We'll have to kite away.
Is it-
Yorick looking to finish his dragon. Rohan still prowling around the area.
Zerath's teleporting in, joining the fight. Ujir's just biding time.
Cheekily just taking the blue buff for sustain purposes. They do get the dragon here as they are now looking to hunt the Udyr inside their own jungle.
Meanwhile, big damage on that top tower.
3 dragons for the free agents right now, and they are slightly ahead in gold. They need this pressure is looking good for them. The shutdowns from the 34th was lost as well, both going to Mel, so Mel's going to be a significant threat as well going forward in these fights.
Maokai ult. I think Victor is going to back here and buy something big.
Yep, they're looking to secure the red buff potentially. Mental Reform walking in here. He is going to be 1v2 in here. I don't know if he has the damage for this. Right, the Arcane comes out as well. It's a 1v3 practically. Raider is missing his mark. He does get the shutdown onto Mental Reform. The ultimate does come through as well. It's not going to be enough to finish off anyone as Rohan will be able to complete him. Shutdown onto the Maokai for Victor. Frost Breath really low on HP, but presses White on the flank trying to get some turret damage through. Curtain Call off to the side here, aiming to hit the agent of Protherius. Frost Breath still living, just hitting the turrets to live and sustain. Protherius alive from the Curtain Call, coming in to join the fight. The Chaos Storm finishing off Blue Stun here as he will go down. Preston White getting hit by a Deadly Flourish, and Presidium trying to finish off what he can, but will not be able to secure another kill for the 34th. Overall, even trade between both sides. 2 kills, but a very long exchange of spells and sums going on into the red jungle there.
Yeah, this Victor's going to be a big problem now. He has his damage over time, and that's going to be real rough for these the Ujir and Maokai looking for these long trades. The Yorick Mental Reform had some crazy movement, dodging Zerath ult and everything else, but that last one does get him, as Zerath has leveled up his ult twice. He almost made it out of there alive. But
Almost,
yeah, crazy fight.
but not guaranteed.
The Victor and the Heimerdinger played really well together
Meanwhile,
and protecting each other.
Mental Reform versus the Udyr, who wins to sustain or the ghouls. I think that there's too much consistent damage for this to work. Raider the Arcade comes through as well, though. The backup damage coming in clutch as Mental Reform will go down here. Rohan beating Lunch Lady into the jungle here. Preston is White trying to survive against the 1v2. The Nature's Grass does catch the Asian. Flash forward for Rohan to get the CC, and they will be able to finish the kill on him across the map. The free agents are losing on all fronts. Frostbreath taking a ton of damage from the Heimerdinger right now. The root does hit him, and Frostbreath will be able to live here. Gosh, this is reminding me of last night games. Both teams are just giving their leads back and forth. Protherius does pocket a good 675 gold from the bot lane for himself, though.
We now see a sheen on Victor.
That's going to be a Lich Bane coming in. Vandal City Bandit scouting out the bush, stopping Victor's recall. I need to take a sip of water. You take it from here for a couple of seconds. Oh.
Yeah, the sheen is really good if you're running. I'm not sure if it's still good. It hasn't been nerfed or anything with Shield Bash. But he does not have Shield Bash, I believe. But I think a Liandry's here would be much more impactful for the Ujir. No one else is really going to have sticky damage onto him, as he's going to dance out of Caitlyn's range and avoid Heimerdinger's turrets. This is a tough lane for Caitlyn. There were a few deaths that the Caitlyn could have controlled and didn't have to happen, but did happen. But outside of that, it is a tough lane. They're not out of this game, really.
Wow, that
good
reflect. That reflect from Mel was amazing, as he is looking to overwhelm the Lux with just
Nice
half the
sidestep.
stacks. Golden Eclipse does come out.
Lecter?
Curtain Call comes out in return. Will he be able to finish off Lunch Lady? He is looking at dodge. He is dodging. But Rohan secures the kill. So there's a support for a support trait there.
Yeah, good job from the Mel getting that gold onto the Maokai instead of the Jin.
Nature Scratch disengaged. Protherius off to the flank, looking to finish off Praxidium. Right, the Arcane looking to snipe out Heimerdinger in the top lane. Will not be able to finish him off up there. Meanwhile, Udyr caught in the back. He will be able to
Victor
kite it away.
is a big problem right now. But again, the Sheen.
Battle City Bandit with
yeah.
the snipe onto Preston. Frostbreath playing with fire, but that's what he's been doing all game. Mental Reform deciding it's not worth the chase.
You have to really respect the Battle City Bandits' skill shot aim.
They are looking to secure the soul point right now. Ultimates are not available
No
for
W on Victor.
the 3 agents. They are looking to run down Protherius. They are looking mightily low right now. Mental Reform turning around, hitting the Morning Mist onto Frostbreath. He is turning onto Lunch Lady, but they will be able to secure the kill on him. Final Spark going out, hitting the blue buff and no one else. Meanwhile, Protherius getting absolutely chunked.
Wow.
The fourth shot from Jin finishes him off with the flash. The homing bullet coming out as well as Praxidium still trying to stay in the fight. Deadly Flourish barely missing. Battle City Bandit with the long range artillery trying to get what he can. Praxidium looking real low right now. Lunch Lady reflecting the damage on refusing to go
Teleport to the
down.
backline.
Blue team
Heimerdinger
steals
comes
the
in.
dragon. No soul right now. Deadly Flourish hits the root. Mental Reform back. Still in the fight, looking to turn it. Flash Force
Double
for
kill
Battle City
Heimerdinger.
Bandit. Shutdown goes down. Preston's
that's
way
an
does
ace.
get Protherius off the flank. And although they lost the dragon, they got a clean ace. And that's a Baron for them. Chaotic fight at the dragon there, and they did secure the soul, but they might lose Baron for this as Frostbreath is approaching. See if he can buy time. Oh, they're not
Vision on
opting
the
for Baron. They're
Baron.
opting for Otacon. I am unsure about that choice of objective, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Baron is much more doable for them and much more impactful as an objective than Otacon. They will still be able to secure it, but I don't think they'll be able to get the Baron after, because the entire 34th is now reset and back in the fray. Wait, it's the Revive Otacon? It's the Revive Otacon!
Oh, wow.
Wait, they're gonna try to do something crazy here. Free Agents has the room to do it. They have extra life to work with. Protherius getting a bush cheese onto Praxidium. The face check comes through. Ace in the hole comes out. That's going to be a kill of Praxidium. That's their Baron. That has to be their Baron. It's 2 down with the 34th. Right there, their king comes out as well. They are very grouped right now. Lots of damage coming out. They're looking to finish him off to Asia. Very low in HP, but he has a second life, so he will be able to come back. The damage onto Baron's going to be significant. Nature's Grasp comes out as
Closing
well.
in for the
Will there be a
steal.
steal? He's looking for it. It's very low right now. The steal comes through. Rohan 2 for 2 with the smite off. No way. Not only did they lose the Baron, but they're going to lose their second lives as well. Flash coming out from Lunch Lady, forgetting that he has a second life to use. But there he's looking for a recall off to the side there.
Still tier 1 boots on the Udyr.
Mel kiting out Frostbreath here, looking to see if he can finish him off. He's stacking up his Overwhelm, looking to see if he can get a Golden Eclipse to finish him off. Won't be quite enough though, as he will go down. That's the second life use.
Yeah, Lichbane is not the item here, as their tanks are already building MR. And you're not going to want to Q auto the Jin ever. And when are you going to be close enough to the Z-Wrath? You want to max out your E and your ultimate damage here.
Oh jeez. If the free agents had such great tempo and they lost it. They lost it losing the Baron smite off, the Dragon smite off. And then just throwing away their sums with a second life.
Yeah, in that second life, you do still get gold for killing someone with it. So it's not entirely free. Can Caitlyn dodge these Z-Wrath ults? One
Nope.
more.
Vandal City.
Ay.
Vandal City Bandit playing really patient here. Lunch Lady looking like he might be caught out. The Happy Feet coming through. Reverse root as well. And Mental Reform here to back him up. Protherius does still have his second life. They might be able to get the pick off on Bluestone here, fighting for control of this ward, this vision.
Heimerdinger is a little too far up, but fortunately,
Zero
the
damage
front
is
line
just
is on the
showing
bot side.
itself off right now. It's absolutely decimating any champ it touches. Caitlyn got chunked off immediately, entering lane, and now Preston's White also eating a huge amount of damage.
He's got 12 stacks on his Medjais, and it looks like he's going for a death cap.
Yeah, Medjais was a
On his
brave. He
next
was at
pack.
0 for a while. He was not holding those stacks. But it looks like it's back up. Rohan caught invading as Yorick is just melting him down with the ghouls. Nature's Grasp will be able to save his life though. They are rotating to see if they can do anything here at this tier 2. Blue stun with the root over the wall. They don't see him. They're all positioned very, very aggressively right now. Lunch Lady not looking too good. And I think they need to reset before they can actually look for the dragon. The Soul Point looking to be obtained. Both teams are opting to just get a clean HP reset before they can finish this off. Gold is pretty much even across the board for both teams. No significant gap other than the ADC, where Jhin is a lot stronger than the Kate. Oh, big fight coming out here. Right as the Arcane comes out. He's looking to snipe wherever he can, getting significant damage onto Protherius. Final Spark comes out as well. He is worse for the wear. He has to leave. The Flash forcing him, being forced from him. He does have teleport to return to the fight. He needs to look for the recall. What is he doing? Curtain Call comes out. He snipes Mental Reform with the Curtain Call. Preston's White trying his best to get away. Lunch Lady tried to tank the last 4 shot with the Reflect, but the jungler is down, and that's going to be the second dragon for the 34th, and no Soul Point. Free agents are falling apart in the late game.
They do have the safety net of those early 3 dragons.
They just need to find a way to get that one ace, that one team fight win.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just the draft of the 34th is starting to show where their front line is significant enough to just lead the charge, while their Xerath and Jhin is just doing massive damage from the back line.
Yeah, still no anti-tank items on the Victor or Caitlyn.
No Void Staff
And
or
then,
anything.
Yorick's starting to fall off himself. He's going hybrid damage, but unfortunately the front line are going hybrid tank with a good bit of MR health and armor.
Oh boy. Right, the Arcane did come out here. Not really get anyone with it, it seems. Victor might be caught here by Frost Breath. Blue Stun and Frost Breath looking to get a pick. Rotations showing that there might not be able to do that, as Rohan's trying to prevent Heimerdinger from split pushing the top side.
Preston doing Preston things.
He is isolated
Pushing
though.
that tier
Rohan
2.
looking to see if he can get the pick here as they are collapsing onto him. The Nature's Grass comes through and they're just poking him from out of his range. What can he do? He's playing a game of dodgeball, but he can't throw any back. And he will go down. They will be able to get the break open the tier 1 turret mid finally for the free agents.
Yeah, it just hurts me as a Victor player to
Oh
This-
no,
that's
Mental
the
Reform
anti-tank
eating a bush. Jeez, face checking the blue stun, and he will get absolutely destroyed. Meanwhile, Frost Breath trying to 1v1 Protherius off to the side. Ace in the hole comes in as well, but it looks like he might just be able to walk away. This is standard Frost Breath behavior, playing champs like Udyr and Gragas, playing to buy time, get tempo, and just be generally annoying. And the pressure is working. Battle City Bandit with insane amounts of damage with the Raider of the Arcade, allowing Frost Breath to turn around and finish the kill. Flash is coming out for both Lunch Lady and Rohan, and they will be able to capture Golden Eclipse, doing negative damage to everyone in the area, and that's going to be 3 kills for the 34th. This is their moment to Baron. This is their moment to look for a closeout for the game. Their Xerath is so strong. He's at 24 stacks on the Medjais with the complete Rabadons. That's that long range damage Xerath has for the backline. They can't stop it. They don't have a dive champion. They don't have anyone who can actually approach them. Does this spell the doom for free agents? This Baron? Full resets from both sides. Xerath almost at full build. He's looking to work towards that Void Staff at the moment. Victor, on the other hand, not looking too hot in terms of gold value. He is significantly behind in terms of just damage being dealt, but he doesn't have the same range to match. Ugh.
Smaller than the diagram.
Calm before the storm. Both if free agents are just farming it out in preparation. They're waiting. They're waiting for the siege to happen. Prospect in the top side looking to get that second lane with Baron minions going through. He's opting to run it through top. Rohan should really be with this team right now in the mid lane in order to maximize the potential of this siege. Mental Reform looking to finally back up and start turtling in his jungle as the Barons will start coming out.
Yeah, no armor on the free agent side yet, but we do just see a preemptive armor pen on the Jhin there.
Not that the free agents have any tanks anyway, so they don't. I don't think anyone is going to build armor. Frostbreath face checking Mental Reform President's play. Not really taking a lot of damage. The full tank really coming out in play. Lots of CC coming out, but I don't think it's enough to actually take him down. The ghouls come out as well. Maiden out in the open, but Lunch Lady is going to be caught out with the Nature's Grasp. He will go down right when the Arcane comes out, looking for Mental Reform. The Happy Feet will not be enough, and that is 2 down. Meanwhile, Heimerdinger gets caught in front of his turret. That's a double kill for Praxidium, and that is going to be it. I don't think they have a way to stop him anymore. The Asian and Protheri simply just doesn't have enough damage on their own. Bandle City Bandit running this game, absolutely decimating the enemy with his Xerath damage, and that will be it. 34th will take the victory here and move to the grand finals, while free agents is going to be eliminated from the tournament. Nice try from them and very well played from both teams.
Yeah, it was a much better game than the first game.
A lot closer. And free agents really had the tempo to make it work at some point, but as the game went longer, they just simply fell apart. It wasn't enough. All right, man. Both teams performed admirably. They did very well, but ultimately, I believe in both games that let me actually take a look real quick. All right, yeah, I think the in game 1, Rohan made a significant had a significant performance in carrying the game, but in game 2, Bandle City Bandit definitely was the star of the
Absolutely.
show. And I kind of want to pull him into an interview because we have had Rohan
Yeah.
on here before, but I don't think I've had a lot of talks with Bandle City if he's around.
Yeah, if he's available, sure.
All right, let's take a look real quick. No one. Oh, there's absolutely no one in any of the calls on either side, so I don't know if we can actually pull him in for an interview. The only person I see out is going to be Frostbreath. So I guess we'll just pull him in for the interview. As he is the only person from both teams still even in VC. Alright. Hello there, Frostbreath.
Hello.
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 34th has secured the victory yet again, as expected from the #1 seed. How were your games tonight against the free agents?
I think it was like basically how we expected things to go. It was kind of unfortunate that Peppers couldn't be here. No title. We think we synergize really well with him because he does a lot of like psychotic stuff, and it's really fun to just like run in with him, running in as Viego or Briar and follow him up. But after the steals from game 2, I think Rohan, did a decent job tonight.
Yep.
he
Yeah, that's
definitely
fair to
redeemed
say.
himself for the early performance, that's for sure. The Maokai wasn't looking too hot earlier on, but definitely as the game
Yeah.
went on, it was more and more solid. Those steals were absolutely insane, though, and I think that's the only thing that kept you guys from getting
Yeah,
snowballed by
pretty
the free
much.
agents, because that prevented
If
not only the soul point, but the Baron to close out the game that free agents needed.
it was honestly our neck was on the chopping block, and he stepped up for sure with both those steals, just keeping us in it.
All right, and how? I think this is the first time I've ever seen you play Udi or top. How was the matchup versus the Heimerdinger with that disgusting
I
amount of
mean,
sustain?
so I think I played it a little bit last season. It was like during the time that I was playing like Skarner and Udyr. I was playing those two a decent amount.
Yeah, I'm saying
But
first
I
time
didn't
to split.
expect
Yeah,
him. Yep. I didn't expect him to bring out Heimerdinger. When I saw him ban Gwen, I really thought he was gonna pick up Mundo. So I was like, I just want to have something that's safe but also is good into Mundo. Because Gragas doesn't really do that well into Mundo. So I just
and what told
picked
you
Udyr.
that?
What's that?
What told you about that matchup?
What Udyr or
Gragas into
sorry,
Mundo.
Mundo Gragas?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't think it's that great. Did I play it before?
yeah, you played into me.
Uh, yeah. But I think Udyr's just a lot stronger into Mundo, and then it's also a safe pick. Like I don't think there's anything that hard counters Udyr in like a when you just need a tanky guy who just runs around and is annoying.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and you did good into the Heimerdinger. I think after first item, you started out trading him, and maybe his damage was a little bit more, but he has 0 sustain. You had crazy sustain.
Yep. Yeah, I think I just misplayed a little bit. There were a couple times where he would throw down his ulti turret, and I just didn't respect it. I was like, I can just double W and get a 600 health shield, and then healed like
So,
20% of my health.
did you ever play like arena in World of Warcraft or anything? PvP?
Uh, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Well, yeah, that there's a play where you kind of tank the turret, and then so he wins the trade, and now he's about to kill you, and you're kind of
Yeah.
hiding in the alcove. And I was just wondering if that was
Oh,
any like World of Warcraft player like instinct, but
I think that's just MOBA instinct.
yeah.
yeah.
All
I
right.
died there still, right?
You did die,
Yeah, I
but
did.
it was because he got a secondary champ to come help.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah, and
ultimately,
then yeah, Maokai kills him
yeah,
right after
ultimately
that.
the 34th has secured their victory in the semifinals, and now they will be moving on to the grand finals. Tomorrow is going to be in the match between the 501st versus 29th. And what are your expectations of that?
My expectations, I think it's gonna be a really close game. Uh, I heard that DZ Dios is coming back again, and I think he's kind of the wild card for the 29th. Him being able to kind of pop off, I think will make or break the difference between them winning or losing. Um, that's kind of yeah,
That's
all I've
fair.
got.
You excited? You excited to be in the finals yet again? Two-time FMC champion.
It feels good, but it's also like I'm glad to be repping the 34th and bringing us to grand finals, but I'm just a little upset about like everything that happened this season, and I hope that we can come back into next season and be like just have a clean, strong season instead of like all the random stuff that
That's
happened this time around.
yeah, that's a fair view. That's a fair view. Alrighty, I got nothing else. Do you have anything left for this short interview, Georgia Bush?
Yeah, so the second game, what were you worried most about on the enemy team? Like while they had their tempo and while they were looking very dangerous?
The I think we're just most worried about Yorick. Like I think if that
Hmm.
champion gets a strong start, he just snowballs like crazy and eats everything off the map and like kills all the objectives. And he definitely started doing that like a ton. So, like I think he uncontested took second grubs, Herald, three of the first
He
dragons.
did, yeah.
So like, and we just didn't really have a good way to stop him. Like our plan was like they're gonna pick Mel. That was what we thought. And then when they first picked Mel, we were like really excited about that because our idea was like we're just gonna play three long range champions and two beefy boys to be like a buffer in between them. And I think if they had gotten that Mountain Soul, it would have been a big problem. So I think we played the comp well, especially Megs.
Yeah, very
Meg
well.
Bandit was just hitting everything. I think he missed like one ultimate bolt like the whole game. Uh, I'm sure there was more, but that I saw, he only missed one or two. So and then Jin was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doing
The
massive
Jin ults
damage.
and the Zrath ults and the
Yeah.
Lux ults were you guys played that
Yeah.
very well this game.
All right. Any additional questions?
That's it for me.
All
Great
right.
job.
Yeah, I got
34th
nothing
Ducks and
else.
free agents as well. That was very good, very fun to watch. And yeah, good luck in your
that's-
next game.
Any last comments from
The
you,
Ducks.
Frostbreath, before we end it all?
I think the free agents played really well. I was really surprised with how much like they took control of the second game in the early game. I think it's just like a couple slight like errors, like just not stopping damage on dragon and like turning. Because I think if they just turn and fight us, there's not a lot we can do there. But
Mm.
I think they played the idea really well, forcing us to come into them. Because if you let a poke comp set up somewhere, then you're losing that fight. But forcing us to come into them was the right play, and I think it was just honestly, I think we just flipped a coin and got lucky. So
Fair. Alrighty, well that should be it for us tonight. Thank you all for watching our playoffs match between the 34th versus free agents. We will be having another match tomorrow night. It will be the 29th versus the 501st. It will be happening around the same time from 6 p.m. start. Make sure to stay tuned, everyone. I've been your host, Yubi, joined here by George Bush Mid, and we will see you next time.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good night.